Hey there, it's Pamela.
And Kyle.
And today we are going to give you some really tactical, actionable advice. It's what to do when you are launching a new version of your website and you are shutting down an old version, and you need to do it in a way that you don't want to lose your SEO ranking in Google.
Yep.
So let's get started.
Cool. One of the most common things I see, and I get it every month, multiple people calling me, hey, I just launched a new website and I don't see my results in Google
where
anymore.
did my results go?
Yeah, so there's a reason for that. And you usually go to a designer to build a new website, and they're not always the best people to know about SEO and how to manage your website on a technical level.
Right.
So I'm just going to cover a couple things that you need to know about and consider when doing it, so that you can say, okay, I can still go to a designer and they can still build the website, but I just need to check a couple boxes, make sure I cover a couple things, and basically forwarding my mail. That's what the analogy I always give people is. If you move houses and you want all your bills or mail or whatever to come to the new place.
Well, maybe you don't want all your bills to come to the new place. I don't know.
But if you
each individual.
You're changing email addresses,
right.
and you want all your old spam.
Right.
I don't have a good analogy, but let's just say for some reason you actually want things to come across like SEO.
Yeah.
You want to do something called 301 redirects. You can Google this yourself, find tons of information about it, all that sort of stuff. Go to a digital media conference and learn, or you can ask me, and I'm always happy to help.
Or you can watch this video.
Yeah, watch this video.
In one sentence, what is a 301 redirect? And then we'll explain in more detail.
A 301 redirect is where you tell the internet that here's an old URL, it's gone, and all the ranking in SEO that where Google used to know it ranked goes to the new URL. So there's a 302 redirect that doesn't do any of the ranking. So there's two types of redirects. One says, both of them say, here's the old, here's the new, go here. A 301 takes all the SEO ranking, 302 does not.
So let me back up a second.
Yep.
And because this is kind of new for me as well, where are you telling, where do you
do
this redirect?
Do you do
it
in your web host. This is called technical SEO.
Okay. So in your hosting provider, you log into Bluehost or DreamHost or wherever you're hosting your website.
WP Engine.
Or WP Engine, yes. and there's a setting in there, and you can say, here's
the old one, here's the new one. I want it to be, there's usually a drop down, 301, 302.
But what? Old DNS entries? Old
URL. You go one URL to the next URL, and then there's taxonomy for it. If you're in WordPress, there's a plugin for it called Yoast, and it does all kinds of SEO. But there's really a couple different types of SEO, and just to put it in context, there's on-page, where you talk about the words. There's off-page, or technical, which is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And then there's sort of inbound, where you go onto other websites and try and boost your site. This is technical SEO.
Okay.
So we're not going to talk about keywords, and we're not going to talk about any of that.
But we should do that.
We will.
Okay.
We will.
We'll do that in
I'll totally geek out.
It'll be the Kyle show. Okay. So now that I've gotten my newbie questions answered, so you redirected your site. How do you make it so that the SEO stays put?
So before you shut down and go to the new one, you want to take a sitemap. You want to get that, and there's a file, there should be a file called sitemap.xml that has all your pages, and you just want to have it printed out, have a list, write it down, put it in a spreadsheet, whatever, take a record of it, and then when you put the new one up, you want to sit there in a day, an hour, a few minutes, whatever, just take a little bit of time, or find the person to say, old one, new one, old one, new one, and if I don't have a one-to-one match, then I usually just go to the home page or something like that.
So you're comparing the sitemap of the old site to the sitemap of the new site?
And then making a one-to-one relationship and literally redirecting each page.
Ah, interesting.
And if I don't have a new page for the new section, let's say I had a blog on the old site and the new one won't have it, I may just redirect all the blog to home. And what you're doing, the reason for this is Google gives you ranking because they want to give people positive results. They want to give them a good experience. If you take down a page and you leave Google with the old URL, somebody searches, they click on it, they get a 404 error, meaning no pages there.
We've all seen
Google just gave somebody a bad experience.
Right.
So they're going to punish you and they're going to take the page away, but they need to know where the new one is.
Right.
And if you'd done a 301, they would have just taken the old one out, put the new one in, and kept the same ranking.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. It's pretty straightforward stuff. I see it all day, every day, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because your ranking builds up over time, and it goes to your domain.
That's right.
And you eventually start getting up towards page 1, and that's when you get the money usually to go, I'm going to redesign my website. And then all of a sudden you're gone, and you're like, oh no. And it's not just, Google does 3 things with pages: positive, negative, or nothing. And people ask me all the time, hey, is this going to have a positive or a negative? Usually it's going to be a neutral impact. But this is the one thing where you can really have best intentions and have a really negative effect, and it's long term.
So I have a question. Are you talking about putting up a new site at a new URL altogether? Or just a different site but with the same URL?
Same URL, different pages is the most common.
Got it.
But even if you want to go from one domain to the other, you can take all the old domain, what we call SEO juice. It's called page authority or domain authority. Every page has page authority, and usually the aggregate of your pages creates your domain authority.
So you mentioned Yoast SEO. That's a WordPress plugin. What if somebody is not on WordPress?
Then they use what's called the htaccess file or their host.
Okay,
Yep. So Yoast allows you to edit the htaccess file. You don't want to start messing around with that if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because one taxonomy error, one wrong period, and the whole thing goes to the white screen of death.
Well, or at least make a backup.
Yeah, definitly always make a backup.
Yeah, and I've done that with my functions PHP file where I'll make what seems like an innocuous change. So why not just do it right in
I make a backup before I do anything.
Crash my entire site and had to actually, one time I had to reinstall WordPress. Or reinstall WordPress, yep. Oh, it was terrible. Anyway, yeah, make a backup. So, okay, I interrupted.
No, that's it. It's really straightforward, but if you don't want to do it and you're kind of getting nervous about it, I always help people out with this kind of stuff. So.
Call him. Call Kyle. That's our new mantra. Call Kyle.
Or Pamela. She's now freelancing. I'll teach her how to do it.
Yeah, call me. All right. There you go. Okay, well, I hope this has been helpful and you've gotten some actionable, practical advice from this video. And please remember to like and comment and share, and also share your tips on what works for you. If you're rebuilding your site on a new domain or the existing domain and the pages are changing, what do you think works for you? Let us know.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.